Okay, welcome back everyone to this second part of our Let's Play for the Geats. Last time we left off with just capturing Hafen here. And we had pretty much destroyed them, even though they had a lot of armies there. But now we're in a prime position to be taking all of Skanza here. And then potentially going to the east or into the west. Well, we're not really sure what we're going to do, but we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, if you like what you see in this video, please hit the like button or subscribe or comment, and I'll definitely be making more of these. And if you have any suggestions, just let me know what you want to see. Okay, so yeah, so last time we left off with capturing the Hafen from the Danes. Dag got a trait here of liking barbarians. Kind of makes sense because he's a barbarian, but it makes him less likely or less good at fighting barbarians, which is not handy. Okay, let's see here. Skanza for Hafen is a little bit destroyed. We were trying to repair some of these last time, but we don't have the money for one of them. Our second army here, the Icicles of Blood, we're gonna probably think about changing their name, and same with the Embers and the Sea Snakes. So if you guys want to see those changed, or even the city names, we can do that. Just post a comment about that, and I'll definitely change them up if you want to see something different. But yeah, okay, so let's think about what we're going to do here. Pretty much we're done, so let's just end that turn, see what happens. The Danes are still attacking and raiding, even though they don't have a city. I guess they're just true raiders now. Oh, the Jutes are gone. We could take that to our advantage if we want to take Alibu there, their city. Depends on how far they go west. If they go far enough and they leave Alibu open, we could, you know, go right in there, take that from them. One of our guys here just got an upgrade. Looks like our governor that was in Hreffenholt. So let's look for him here. Don't think that's him. Let's just go right there. Yep, that's him. Let's see here. So we can see in this tab all of his traits like authority and cunning, some of the effects that he can do, his age, his loyalty, which is kind of low to be honest. Might have to keep an eye on that. Anyway, so we got some skill points. We got 2 of them. And we could get merchant here. More wealth from commerce, which would be very handy considering he's our governor. So yeah, let's just go ahead with that, and we're pretty much gonna have to. Oh yeah, so we're maxed on that one, so we're gonna have to start doing other things like wolf, just to start branching out into the other tree there. So Hreffenholt looks like it's pretty much built up as much as we can afford right now. Hafen, we can probably do the repair right here. Yep, that's good. Let's see what we're gonna do here. This army's got some repairing to do. Gotta get that reinforcement going up, so I'm just gonna put them into that fortified stance just to help them out a bit. The Sea Snakes, let's get some more boats in there in case we want to attack Alibu or do some raiding. I think that's good, 3 boats there. And our main king's army here, he's gonna just sit in Hafen, get some more soldiers, maybe just a couple spearmen. I'm not too sure. Yeah, let's just go with a couple. Oh, okay, that's all we can afford. Sea Snakes are just gonna hang out there, get some replenishment done. Now let's just check our diplomacy tab here, see if we can pick up any more trades. I know the Varanians, we attack their enemies, so they should be able to go for a trade agreement here. And of course they rejected it. Ungrateful Varanians. Okay, let's see what we can do. Not too sure about anyone else, to be honest. The Jutes, not gonna go for them considering we might attack them. I don't really think anyone else is a good option at the moment. Just gonna double check our family tree here. I think we're pretty good with these nobles. Probably should make them go into the companion slots there. Not sure if we want to do any special actions with anyone. And I think we're done. The Danes still trying to attack the Varangians there. The Jutes are going pretty far west, so leaving Alibu wide open to an attack from us. That's perfect. If we could go in there, they probably won't be able to respond very quickly, and we could establish a defensive position. There goes the Rugians, our defensive allies, trying to mop up the last Danish fleet there. I don't think they can really stand up to that huge fleet they got. Got our offices secured, which is pretty good. The Danes are there. I'm not sure if I want to attack them, though, with my navy. I'll let them probably do it. They did such a good job the first time, right? Plus, why would I use my own soldiers? Okay, let's see what we can build in this slot here. Probably a farmstead. I'm thinking food is important. Especially since we don't have too many settlements to really focus on that. We're going to have to make every settlement do it. Pretty good on this army here, but we can't really afford much else. One of our guys picked up an artillery. Let's see, probably want to use those guys to attack Alibu. But not this turn. Oh, got some skills here. So Sigar, I'm not too sure if I want to do wealth. I think it might be best just because I want to use that army to sit in a province we've conquered and then get the wealth. And then Gaudi, probably just get him Taskmaster just to buff up his army there. And then obviously you're going to have to start getting into Wolf just because of that tree. Is there anything else here? Technology got one last turn. Diplomacy we're good, so we can head on to the next turn. The Franks are moving away. That leaves some interesting potential. The Danes going in for one last attack. The Utes are... Oh, look at that. They captured Camladunum there. So that actually opens up the perfect timing, I think, to take Alibu very soon. They're going to have to stay in Camladunum to protect it, while we can just walk in and take Alibu no problem. Oh, there we go. The Rugians took out the Danes. Hopefully we get the faction destroyed screen. That would be wonderful. Perfect. Now we don't have to worry about them anymore. Got some more Imperium. Okay, so we have someone trying to target Ragnahildur there. So what are we going to do? We can either use Dag, but... No, we're going to have to use Dag. Either we're going to use Influence to protect Ragnahildur, or we're going to ignore this. Not too sure what I want to do here. We could lose 15 Influence out of his 66, and that's not too big a deal. And if we don't do that, we're going to get out of favor and lose some control. So obviously, we're going to pay that guy off. Okay. So I think I want to start moving these guys. I can reach them from where I am in Hafen. Could probably attack them. But let's just take a look at our technology first. What can we do? The logistics system could lead to a bunch of cool things. So yeah, let's go for that. So the Embers here. Oh, hold on. I'm just going to look at the Utes here for a second. Just see. Yeah, they do have Camladunum there. Okay. Yeah, and they don't have any allies either. So we can go ahead and attack them without any repercussions. Perfect. Okay, so Dag, I'm going to let him move in and attack Alibu. And then going to send the Navy in. Probably, yeah, just somewhere close by just to get ready for it. And the Icicles of Blood, I'm going to use them probably to protect Hafen at the moment. So let's just move them in. Don't really have anything else to do with them. The Happiness is good. Alibu's in good position there. So I'm thinking that we're getting close to being done. Unless we want to hire any more recruits. Well, there's some artillery crews there, which would be very handy. Yep, that'll help a lot in the upcoming battle. So, Alibu does have a little bit of a standing army there, but we should be good. The Franks there. I would like to raid the western coast there if possible. And the Utes are moving away. That's an interesting development. They just left Alibu wide open for us. Alright, perfect. I don't even have to like worry about, oh, what kind of units they got in that army. Nope, I'm just gonna take Alibu. Rugians look like they're heading back. Okay, what can we do here? If you guys can hear that, it's just my dogs in the background. They like going crazy. So Camulodunum here is in a bit of a state of disrepair. So they're going to have troubles holding that, especially if the Romans are there. Yeah, they are at war with the Romans. So they're going to have to deal with that for a while. I don't think they can really come back to Alibu since they have, you know, a lot of surrounding area pretty far from us. I think Alibu's a prime position. So, yeah, I think that's now's the time to do it, especially since our armies are right there. So, what shall we do first? Might as well just attack them first. Let's do that declaration of war.
Besieging settlement.
Dag wanted to do a naval battle for some reason. We have a very good opportunity here, so I'm just gonna auto-resolve this. I have no fear that we would lose this. Hopefully their boats... Yeah, there we see it. Perfect. So that's a win. Hopefully we didn't lose too many. We lost 74. That's perfect. That's nothing. So then, let's see what we're going to do here. We want to occupy because we want total control of Skanza. And as you can see now, Skanza is totally under our control. Hreffenholt, Alibu, and Hafen are all under our control. Now let's just repair Alibu as much as we can. This is a sacred ground here. Do I want to keep it or do I want to destroy it and use something else? We already have a Yeti and the Torp. I'm thinking we would probably want to keep that sacred grove, or ground I should say, just because we could use that religious influence to protect us from any northern Christianity. So yeah, I'm just gonna repair that. Okay, sea snakes. Gonna head back to Hreffenholt. And the Embers have leveled up here, the General Dag, as well as the army itself. So let's see here, what can we get? Fearless Warrior, Hunter. What are these options? I don't know if I want to really go into that tree, but there are a lot of things that I could go for. I think Infantry Commander is the way to go, and probably want to get to War Chief, so I'm going to go to Cavalry Commander first. Especially since I have cavalry and I don't see him using a boat anytime soon. So here the Embers have leveled up as well. They got some traditions. So we can get some Wardens of the Tribe, give ourselves more integrity, which is really good. Domestic Devotion would really benefit us if the Embers stayed in a province, but Guerrilla Warfare would help push that aggressive nature that we want our king to use. I want to use that army as mainly our combat army and conquering, so domestic won't really help too much if we're not holding it there. So I'm gonna go with the guerrilla warfare there, and I'm just gonna double check our admiral. He did not level up. Nothing to do in terms of building. Our technology's still good. Let's just double check if we have any trade options. The Angles, they're pretty friendly. Maybe we should try and trade with them, but here's the question now. They're in a good area that we may want to attack, so that we could use that as a launching point into more Middle Europe or the West. Take the Franks and the Saxons, or even the East. I'm not too sure what we want to do with the Angles just yet. May just want to leave them for now and see what develops. The East might be a good option, and we're going to need that province if we want to go either East or West or South, so yeah, and we probably should leave that open as an option. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna leave them for now, and we'll see what happens in the next turn or two. If anything major happens, we can respond. If not, we'll just attack them. The Varanians, let's see if they want to trade with us, but it's low. Forget that. These damn Varanians, like, we conquered the Danes for them, and the Rugians helped out, and they still don't want to be our friends. It's okay. It's because they think we're such a great power. Look at that. Great power. Okay. I think that opens up them to attack, especially since they're so weak over there. They don't really see many soldiers. Could attack at some point, relatively soon. Let's just double check our family tree here. Maybe we want to do some special actions, like embezzle funds, get some cash next turn. We could do another one, but don't think I want to start using up too much influence. Hydric is giving us some issues. His loyalty is getting lower. See how that develops. The Utes are leaving, running away to Camla with their tails between their legs. Looks like they're gonna give up Alibu. They're gonna have to deal with too much there in England to come back and really retaliate against us. So, yeah, DAG succeeded. We got 313 additional funds, more than what we were expecting. That's pretty good. Perfect. Now, probably want to use the sea snakes to start raiding. Maybe get into that area where Camla is. Not too sure because they're so close. They may just destroy that fleet. Or we could go into the east there and raid those, you know, cities in that water, but then we would pretty much force ourselves to committing to that eastern attack. The Angles look like they got their big army in there, so I'm not going to attack them anytime soon. Not too sure if I should keep an eye on them or... Okay, I'm not too sure what to do, so I'm going to be looking at these objectives we can do. So we can loot or sack 5 settlements. That would, you know, I'm already thinking of doing that, so that's good. We could research labor force. How close is that? That's pretty close, so as soon as we're done that one, we'll go on to that. We could be at war with the Saxons to get $1,000. They're right there. We would probably need to go through the Angles to get to them. And then that could make us go into Flevum, a nice western approach. Like, they're kind of directing us in a good direction. Loot or sack 3 different settlements. Flevum, which is the Franks' capital. Rugion, which we were debating already. And Angulus, which we already know we want to get eventually. So then, if that's the case, I may want to focus on the west, to be honest. Especially since the Utes are in the west as well. Okay, so I'm going to use the Icicles of Blood to get a little bit closer here, to keep an eye on the Angles. The Embers are going to probably stay in Alibu, just to help that popularity of that city get up quicker. Especially since Dag's there. Alibu, I'm not too sure if I want to make Alibu more economic or military. Hreffenholt. The sanitation here is not too great, but it's only a 3% chance of an outbreak, so I think we're safe, to be honest. So let's end this turn here. See what happens. Okay, the Franks are moving away. That's leaving Flevum, one of our targets, open for a raid. May want to send in the sea snakes. It is kind of close to Camla there with the Utes' new capital. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be worrying with the Romans, to be honest. Okay, so we did get a disease in Hreffenholt after all. Okay. That's not good. 3% chance. So I'm going to send the sea snakes out of there, especially since I don't want my navy to become diseased. Gonna get Hafen probably an upgrade, or Alabu an upgrade to the farms. Either probably the fields, to be honest. It looks a little bit better. Yeah, okay. You don't have enough money for that one, so we're gonna leave that. So we're done with that technology, so we're gonna actually start getting towards that labor service, which is another one of our objectives. So we'll get there in a few turns, and plus we need some more economic buildings. Okay. Let's see here. Anyone allied with the Franks? No, they're at war with the Romans. I think that's kind of surprising. I think the Franks start off allied to the Romans in some fashion. So if they're at war, then they're going to be worried, and the Jutes are worried, and we can just use that advantage to start raiding those coastlines there. Just double check our family tree. Do we want to do anything special? Yeah, let's use Hydric to do some embezzling of funds. His loyalty's pretty low, though. I'm probably gonna have to keep an eye on him. So I'm hoping that the Franks here stay away from their capital, allowing the sea snakes to just come in and attack them. I want to start using that Norseman cultural trait of increased wealth from raiding and sacking. We have an illegitimate birth here, Hydric. Okay, another illegitimate birth. Man, Hydric, what's going on here? This is really awkward. Yes, very, very awkward. Okay, so Hydric is also being not so sneaky with his stealing of money. We have a few options here to consider. So we can either use powerful ally to get influence from Dag, or we could use influence from Hydric himself. I mean, either way, we're getting $208, but I'm not too sure what we should do here. Thinking Hydric. But his loyalty is kind of low, to be honest, so I'm worried about that. So if I use Dag to do it, he may become more loyal if Dag is the one to do it, and then he might not be so disloyal anymore. So yeah, definitely gonna use Dag here, I think. Get him to be happy, especially since he's running our province. I don't want to revolt from him. Yeah, I don't want my capital to be lost just due to a little issue like that. So I'm going to send our prince here. Prince Gaudi. I'm going to put him to forced march stance and get him to Hreffenholt as fast as he can. Just in case that Hydric guy wants to make a revolt. Which would be horrible and deal with years of potential civil war. After we'd spend all this time gaining these two lovely regions here. Okay, sea snakes, you can go in and attack. Let's just pick up a mercenary ship here. That'll help us out with this assault. Yeah, we're going to declare war here. I don't see any of their navies around. That's perfect. Okay, so I don't like the chances of this. It's 50-50 almost. Probably going to assault this myself, just because I want to make sure that the auto-resolve doesn't flip over in their favor. So they do have an artillery ship, but we have two ourselves, so hopefully we can crush their navy and then assault their land forces without them really getting a chance. Raining here, I don't like that. Especially since if you want to set fire to the city and get some wealth for it. So I'm going to wait here. Hopefully get some dry weather soon. Nope, more rain, perfect. Okay, there we go, dry. And, wow, I love that scenery there. It looks super awesome. Okay, I'm going to start this. Okay, let's see here. They got some towers. Yeah, they're all kind of concentrated. I don't like that. but we're gonna have to push through. They don't have too much room to deploy their boats, so let's start getting our artillery ships out here. Start grouping up our forces. Get all of our combat ships here all into one big group. Use them as like a first wave to assault any ships that come after us. Bow ships will come in as a support and from behind. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. So I think I'm just gonna hit start here and go ahead. Alright, so the range is pretty good. Just need to move them up a little bit more to attack them. But it does look like they are trying to dock their ships. And they're trying to dock even their artillery ship, which makes our job a lot easier. So if we could get our bow ships up there, probably get our assault crews over there, probably hit from that angle there. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then we're going to use our artillery ships to hit from a frontal area. Hopefully get into range, start knocking out some of those towers or even some of their units. But I'm going to speed this up a little bit just because the time travel of the... not time travel. The travel through time for those boats is a little bit slow sometimes. Yes, I said time traveling boats. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. So there are some docking positions there. May want to dock the assault ships. Get these artillery ships into position. Looks like they're almost ready. Almost in range. Okay. So I'm just going to move them up a little bit more to attack those crews. Probably get those marauders there. Just in case we want to use our bow ships to attack them. Because if we have the navy to our advantage, we can probably start whittling them down while our assault force docks and heads in from the east over there. I should say west, but okay. So their settlement is damaged already. You can see some fire happening here. If this gets high enough, they'll actually start losing morale, which is pretty handy. Start attacking that general unit. And perfect. And some more buildings are on fire. Perfect. This is going very well so far. I'm very happy I bought those ships. We could probably send our archer ships here to attack their artillery crew? No, probably not the artillery crew. They don't even have a piece of artillery with them. So let's attack those marauders there. If we can distract their archers and whittle down their skirmishers, we could use our assault force from the north to really take care of the rest of it for us. And so don't want to get too close there with that one ship. Just want them to attack. Fire arrows are on. Yeah, they should be good, to be honest. And there goes the fire arrows trying to set fire to their troops. I'm not sure if I want to use my artillery on something else. Okay, let's start getting our raiders out there in this position, getting ready to fight their troops. The archers are they're starting to whittle down a little bit, but I'm surprised that they're doing so well against this. Let's take care of those archers. That was a good shot. So yeah, our bow ships did not do so well against them. Maybe they just have way too many, and the ships don't really hold too much on them. in terms of troop quantity, so we can't really outnumber their archers, to be honest. So I'm just gonna dock those guys and hopefully help the main force. There you go, see the morale is already becoming weakened for them. Let's go and fight that unit over there, take care of that artillery crew.
The men are running, cowards!
Alright, their unit just routed, so we can use that unit to start forming a line again. While those two units take care of that crew. Wow, those ships are very accurate. Yeah, let's start charging into that. Start charging into that after we routed their unit there. The archer unit is out of ammunition, so we're just going to send them in to help out as much as they can. Although that one there is routed. Let's use the whip here, help push through. Oh no, I left my artillery ships to fire too much still, so I'm gonna try and attack those archers there so that we don't get any friendly fire there. Looks like another one of their units is routing. Use those archers as much as we can. That tower over there is a bit of a problem. No, that's the watchtower right there. Perfect. Okay, so now hopefully that was the last friendly fire because I issued that order. Double check that. Alright, they're pretty much done, so we can start mopping up their forces here.
We hunger for blood and battle!
Yeah, hunger for blood and battle. The Viking way, perfect. Okay, this is looking very good right now. Most of them are routing. They got that one archer unit shooting at us, but I don't see it to be too much of a problem at the moment. Okay, that kind of missed. Hopefully the fire spreads.
They will bleed for us!
Those nobles are becoming a bit of a problem. If we can clear this out, then we pretty much win the battle.
Withdraw! The men of the general has been killed! Excellent!
Okay, so their enemy general has fallen, which is perfect. Their morale is gonna drop like crazy now.
Ready!
Get those guys back into the fight. Now let's just take out those archers, and I think we've won this. Artillery ships can probably... Oh, see, they didn't do a good job there. Alright, sweet, we won. Perfect. We didn't do too much damage to the city as I would have hoped, but... And we did win here. A couple last shots, didn't really do anything. I don't want to... Could have go for that, but I don't feel like sending more soldiers to get shot at arrows with. So, perfect, we won. And they said it was going to be a close, you know, half and half chance there of losing it. So it's a good thing we took control and did a little tweaks to help win that victory there. So we lost a lot of troops, but we can probably just send them back to repair. I think we could raise it, but I'm pretty sure I want to get that $1,300 there and go for the sack there. Plus then that means we get our objective done. So we're gonna get this navy out of there as fast as we can. Let's level them up here and got some skill points for our admiral. Infantry commander, probably gonna do that just to get to the fleet commander there. Perfect. The Admiral's Navy has also got some perks. So we could get some naval traditions, which +2 integrity, that's pretty good, or master shipwrights. Hull strength is pretty nice. The recruitment costs, not too sure how much I want to focus on navy at the moment. I think I want to go for cutthroat raiders here rather than the master shipwrights. Just because I'm not going to focus too much on the navy right now, I just want to use them for extra cash. Okay, so with that done, I'm just going to double check that we got that objective. Yep, Flevum is done. Perfect. We could start working on some of our other objectives now. And I think we're going to end our Let's Play video there for part 2 of the Geats. So if you guys like what you saw, please hit the like button, or subscribe or comment, and if you want to see any name changes to our soldiers, then yeah, put that into the comments and I'll definitely change some stuff up for you guys. Alright, thanks. See you next time, guys.